Thank you so much for everything. It has truly been life changing, life altering experience. I feel like I was going along literally in the dark. And now what you've shared with me is so much light and awareness and consciousness. And certainly I have much more to learn and um, a lot of growth that I still need to do. But my gosh, Vibha, I just can't thank you enough for all of the light you've brought into my life. It is truly life changing. I was thinking back on how my life is different from when I started coaching with you, and it's been it's been night and day. It really is. If I was in the night before, and now I am seeing much more of the daylight because I had a lot of questions. There were questions I didn't even realize I had.
Mhm.
And you knew what those questions were and gave me answers to those questions that have helped me as an individual, as a mother, as a wife, and as, professional. And so on all of these fronts, you've shifted my whole life to really feeling as if I can operate on a much more enlightened platform from a much more enlightened level. You had a question here on to reflect about what progress I'm the most proud of.
Mhm.
And there really are just too many to choose from. With your help, I was able to develop a vision
Mhm.
of what I could do with my life and, things that have just been so deeply held and I never put words to. I never took the time to articulate them
Mhm.
and organize them. But your guidance helped me actually do that so that now I have something in writing and even so far as to creating a small icon that I can just draw
Mhm.
anywhere so I can remind myself of all of that all
Mhm.
at once. So it's been a journey these last 13 months of personal transformation and the something that's so important that I didn't recognize before is the importance of self-awareness.
Mhm.
I was really unaware of some of my strengths that were very important, like having some cognitive agility. That's something I was a little bit aware of,
Mhm.
but emotional regulation, I didn't realize that's something I had some strength in and that's also important.
Mhm.
I'm able to use that, just that awareness in opening conversations with my family members
Mhm.
or with some of my coworkers, really anybody who I'm talking to when I notice, oh, they could use this awareness themselves
Mhm.
or think about how they could improve in this area to just make it improve well-being. So, so self-awareness, these are
Mhm.
huge things that I'm so proud of having grown in.
Mhm.
But a big one is transformation with my whole family. I mean, the whole family is transforming. So much of that is from your guidance and enlightenment, telling me,
Wow.
about the ego and not to get too involved in that. That's something I recently shared with one of my kids
Hmm.
that when we feel hurt or anger, those strong negative emotions, try to remove yourself
Mhm.
from your ego and that person's ego and recognize that it isn't necessary to absorb the negativity or feel the anger. It's not necessary.
Mhm.
But if you feel it, recognize it and, try to do something constructive instead. So just an overall sense of well-being. And you've helped me understand how attainable self-enlightenment is. Another thing I am proud of is just I feel more productive and I feel at work.
Mhm.
I feel like I have greater clarity in my professional life and career path. So I take a measured approach so that people aren't hurt by what I might have to say, even if it's constructive,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm able to get my point across, I think, better and more, more, I don't, more diplomatically and more with greater benevolence,
Hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
whoever we're meeting with, so that they can come around and agree or feel like there's some partnership and that they were heard. So I've definitely noticed that with some very difficult conversations. I think, gosh, some of the most meaningful aha moments. That was a great question.
Hmm.
The very first one was how 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 the spirit um, how the spirit searches for and really needs to be replenished,
Mm-hmm.
and for the energy to some of the energy to be able to flow back in, and to use that as a way to re-energize ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dangerous really to deplete
Yeah.
oneself
Yeah.
entirely, and I have a tendency to do that, to just give and give and give,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gets too exhausting, and
Yeah.
and then negativity sets in and everything like that. So that was a very early aha, how
Mm-hmm.
I was immediately different in one day
Mm-hmm.
after taking time to meditate and just feel all of the energy coming in and
Wow.
just sitting with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like drinking a long, tall glass of water. Another big aha moment was how to handle stress better.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about this just yesterday, that it's okay to feel stress, because that's, life is a struggle, and we will always have that. It's not just peaches and cream every day, every minute.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a bad thing. It helps prompt us to action. But how how much of a gift it is when you recognize stress, and then you can try to identify, why am I feeling that? What
Mm-hmm.
is this sense? It's almost like my spiritual self is responding and trying to give me a message. Honestly, like, okay, come on, you're feeling stressed, time to get up and move
Mm-hmm.
around. We're just, stuck in this position for too long, or over overreacting
Mm-hmm.
to the situation. It's not helping to be in this worrisome mode. Do something. Do
Mm-hmm.
something different.
Mm-hmm.
Think bigger. So, and then also just breathing. I'm breathing all the time now.
Really?
Just take a deep breath and let it out slowly, and then I can be present again.
Wow.
I think one of the most amazing experiences I had, aha moment, was that experience of oneness.
Yeah.
That I will never be the same after
Mm-hmm.
that. I always know that is here.
Yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
is all around us. And it has been all the way from the beginning of time. It's such a gift.
So.
I remember when I had that experience, I
Mm-hmm.
just could not, I was overwhelmed with enormous emotions, and I just couldn't stop crying. It was just such a beautiful,
Wow.
overwhelmingly beautiful feeling that just swelled up from inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just stayed with me even after I was not meditating anymore.
Yeah.
I'll never forget seeing the low, continuous sound of Om when I was
Wow.
meditating. That
Mm.
was just also extremely, it was so strange, because I heard it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I thought, oh my gosh, what is that? Somebody must be outside, you know, um, doing yard work or something.
Mm.
So I got up and looked around, and I could still hear the sound, and no, it wasn't that.
Mm.
And then I went back to meditating, and still the sound was just so consistent and perfect and full.
Wow.
Like I felt a fullness.
Hmm.
I remember also, I was very sad about my mom one day, and well, so for some time.
Mhm.
And then I was, I sat down to meditate, and I said, I just need to know. I need to know um, some message or sign from my mom.
Hmm.
And that breeze came in, even though all the doors and windows were closed,
Hmm.
and a beautiful smell of flowers.
Wow.
And my mother's name was Puanani,
Hmm.
which means beautiful flower. And I just had this strong feeling of love, that the answer to my question was, I've always loved you,
Mhm.
and I still love you, and it's always been love. So that was important for
Mhm.
me to hear and feel.
Mhm.
These aha moments are really all so deeply felt, and for the rest of my life will be things that have shaped me. Putting people first before achievements.
Hmm. Mhm.
That was a really important thing to recognize. It's not about it's not about the work. It's about the people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So I bring that into all of my interactions now, and all of these different things. I feel so good, so good. I just can't stop smiling all the time. I have to maintain this,
Mhm.
daily meditation,
Yeah.
and taking the time to build energy, to replenish energy, to be
Mhm.
energized
Mhm.
through my body,
Yeah.
through my mind, and with my spirit, um, because I want to achieve
Mhm.
have a purposeful life that's aligned with the divine plans.
Mhm.
So it's not something that I want to say, I'm going to do this and that's my purpose.
Mhm.
It really is something that I can be attuned to throughout my life, because it's going to be those things that are purposeful will come up day to day,
Mhm.
or will be related to goals that I can set for myself, and or other people who come into my life that I recognize. I do see that with daily meditation, daily and nightly,
Mhm.
um, I'm much more centered and able to take to weather the storms when they come up much
Mhm.
better.
Mhm.
Is there anything I will regret not bringing up, or anything that feels incomplete? No, I feel like, yeah, you gave me more food for thought than I can ever digest. Every time it was more than I could digest at the time. So I had to write down notes afterwards and think about them and reflect on them more, and then apply them. But no, I feel like I was able to bring up everything, like
Mhm.
truly everything. And you helped me with all of those aspects. The topics that we were able to cover, they naturally presented themselves.
Yeah.
But when I brought them up, you would always help me see how it connected to spiritual growth
Mhm.
and what was happening at the spiritual plane.
Mhm.
So I could recognize, oh, and here's how you can respond and behave in this area without compromising
Mhm.
the, the standards and the beauty of how the spirit can respond. I was always thinking about the million other things
Mhm.
in the back of my mind. But once I could make peace with, okay, everything is here for a purpose.
Mhm.
And I had a large influence on all of those things happening.
Mhm.
And I need to learn from those, and I need to, see if I can respond in the best way.
Mhm.
Then it really is like life is just this endless opportunity for growth
Yeah.
and awareness and sharing. Thank you so much. It really has been, you've just improved my life immensely. I will think about you, in all of those different facets, how much I've learned. And your book, my gosh, your book is just invaluable. Every single chapter has been just so informative. I can return and return and return again
Mm-hmm.
to your book. And I think my favorite chapter
Hmm.
has been, I think it is this one, chapter 5. The spirit knows what it wants.
Oh.
I love this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
This chapter really has all the answers a person might need. The spirit knows what it wants.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I feel like when I'm feeling stress or I'm feeling antsy or feeling happy or whatever it is I'm feeling,
Mm-hmm.
it's my spirit is communicating with me, to urge me to do something or do something different or recognize what's happening. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. I do have to remember with meditation is the time where I can feel replenished.